Hey everybody, happy Monday and welcome to the SideKick Power Hour. My name is Nakia. We do this every Monday night right here on SideKick Productions YouTube, Facebook, sometimes my Facebook, the Demon Doctor Facebook. I apologize in advance if I look a little wet this evening. It's because earlier today I was working on the audio for season 5 of Skeleton Crew, and I was so immersed in it I didn't even notice that our air conditioner has been off for like 4 hours. So it's an unusually hot evening here in the Denwick Bears Den. So let's get Mr. Joshua R. Pangborn, also known as Dr. Anthony Stewart. Welcome. Oh, surprise! There he is.
Hi, Nakia. Stay cool, please. I mean, you're always cool, but...
Thank you. You look fantastic this evening. You, of course, are probably using your actual DSLR to do this with. It looks probably great. So,
yeah, I figured it's a nice step up and everything. So
yeah,
I've got the equipment. I might as well not let it get... Well, it never gets dusty because I'm always filming, but I mean...
Well, you certainly have been filming a lot lately, and folks at home, don't forget that you can find out all about what we're filming, how we're filming it, all of those good things by becoming a member of our Patreon over at patreon.com/sidekick productions. Josh, tell us what you've cooked up for us tonight.
Well, we all know, because we're all on the edge of our seats waiting for it, that this Saturday we are going to be watching Season 5 at the premiere party of Skeleton Crew. So I thought, what better way to launch the actual premiere party than by going back to where it all began, which is the Skeleton Crew, the play. So tonight, we're going to be reading the Skeleton Crew, the play, the original play that set off this whole crazy Crewniverse universe.
Wow.
And we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. We'll probably talk a little bit about the musical episode, because why not? I mean, that's coming up very soon now. So
well, and part of the event that we're doing this Saturday night at Rock Bar, which starts at 7 p.m. And goes till 9 p.m. You need to be vaccinated to get in.
Yes.
But part of the the event that we're doing, we're going to have live songs from the musical performed by some of our guests even tonight. So pretty exciting stuff. We do have a big show tonight though. So let's get started.
And we do have our audience question before we get too far away.
Thank you for
just to make sure that we remember. We're going to ask this at the end, because this is a play that was adapted into a story for the cinema. What is your favorite musical that was first a movie?
Okay. All right. That's tonight's audience question. Let us know in the comments below, and your comment can be featured during the break and when we're talking to the guest later on. And now let's bring in our first guest. She recently did a grand tour of Disney World Resort, where she was lauded for her performance as Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Give it up for Ashley Monique Menard.
This is true. This is true. There was a young child that actually thought I was Minnie Mouse. She was a rather dumb child.
Welcome back to the show, Ashley. It's so good to have you here. And of course, somebody else that everybody knows is a classic Disney icon, is the one and only Stuart Kiczek. And he's in full Hunter. I don't know if you're in Hunter or Huntress. Is this Chitara? What do we...
You'll understand what's going on momentarily. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Good evening.
I know what's going on because I've seen the show, and I'm so excited. We love you, Stuart. We're so glad to have you. And we do have some other guests with us this evening. You folks at home, don't forget to check out the question, of course. But let's talk for a second about who's coming in. We've got Ellen right here, Ellen Orlando, the OG. And this is like,
Gina.
Yeah, the OG. Yeah,
who read this?
Yeah,
you are one of what you are. There are two people on this call right now with me who are the only two people who have read this at all in outside of the maybe paper form, and that would be Stuart and Ellen. We huddled around at my kitchen table one cold December Eve, and
I remember that.
Yes,
that was the first time I ever went to your apartment.
Yes, and it was very exciting.
See, he lures you in with a play.
And pizza.
And pizza.
We did get pizza.
Yeah.
On Ellen's wall is the pizza that's still left over.
Yeah,
so.
Well,
I
you know
never
what?
forget a pizza that I didn't like.
Speaking of pizzas that I love, we've got to get Anthony Smith in here because he's a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, which means he's also a huge fan of pizza. Welcome back to the show, Anthony.
I was wondering how that was going to
Good
connect
segue.
with
I was
everything.
wondering how you're going to connect that one.
Hey everyone!
Yeah,
Yes,
good
I am a fan of the Ninja Turtles. I like to think I'm a
think?
Ninja Turtle. I love pizza. I'm built like a turtle. And this morning I woke up in a sewer.
Oh,
Okay.
well, to be
Okay.
fair, most of New York did wake up in a sewer the last couple of days after all the
Yeah.
water sort of rose up from them. So
And, hopefully the folks at home will think that this play is the furthest thing from the sewer. I'm so excited for us to read it here tonight. So obviously, Ellen, you'll be reprising. I mean, Gina, you'll be reprising your role. God, Ellen, you'll be reprising your role as Gina. And everybody else is kind of taking on a new character here.
except for me, I'm going to play Anthony. I think.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's probably the best thing to go. So, folks at home, here we go. Don't forget that you can get a sneak peek of Skeleton Crew this Saturday at Rock Bar. We'll be premiering the first episode, at least, maybe two, if we're lucky, and then we will have live performances from cast members, including our own Ashley Monique Menard. So really, really excited about that. And then also don't forget that you can head over to our Patreon to subscribe, and we really, really do appreciate it, as well as, of course, the old standby, Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. So with that, let us begin. Who will be our narrator this evening?
Ellen will start out as our narrator, and we will begin from there.
Okay, then let the games begin, folks.
All right. Act 1, Scene 1. The setting, you're at the home of Hunter and his husband, the Doctor, Anthony. It is Halloween and the home is arranged for an intimate party. At Rise, Anthony is placing what seems to be a female mannequin dressed in a grotesque costume in the corner.
There now, how's that? A perfect view from anywhere in the room. You won't miss a thing. I know. Will you please stop looking at me like that? This is the only possible way you can come to this party. Hunter and the others, they wouldn't understand if you were treated as a guest. They're so stuck in their hopelessly droll existence, blinders firmly fitted to their heads to direct their narrow view of the world. You're not a burden, Carla. Stop it. If anything, you are the only release I get from this life. Without you, I'd have gone mad from the pressures and mundanity of everyday life. Hunter, he's a suitable enough husband, but he doesn't get me, not the way you do. Even from the first day you stepped into my office, I knew you were special, and you didn't disappoint. Now, all these years later, I still love you more deeply than on my best day with my husband. No, Carla, the costume is not an option. If you want to be at the party, you have to wear it. There is no negotiating. And before you ask, no, you are not just some trophy. You are the woman I love. Now, for once in your life, please shut up. Oh, I see. You like it when I get all authoritative like that. Well, we'll just have to see how you like it later when...
Hunter entering dressed like a barbarian.
Hey now, how are you? Welcome to our Anthony. There's no one here.
I thought you weren't going to wear that. We discussed how no one wants to see you in that getup.
I will wear whatever I please, and this pleases me. It showcases my best parts, and you were speaking to someone.
Just rehearsing for the big speech tonight. You know it isn't every day we throw a party and have a big announcement to share. And some of those parts haven't held up so well since you wore that 5 years ago.
If I didn't know how good I looked, I'd be devastated. And you, what's going on? Are you nervous? You're not having second thoughts, are you?
No.
Because if you are, just say the word. We'll pull the plug, and everyone will be none the wiser.
No, Hunter, this is the time. We have to do it.
Because everyone could just come over, enjoy a fabulous party, and then go home without anything else happening.
It's time, Hunter. This is the time to do it. We've been discussing it for months now.
I know. Thankfully, I'm a bit nervous myself.
We'll be fine. We're ready for this.
You're right. Of course.
Good. Now, can you get the vodka? I forgot to grab it when I came back in here.
Sure thing. By the way, I love your choice to put the ghoul in the corner. It's inspired. Really helps accentuate the atmosphere. She's hideous.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hunter exits.
Prick. Don't listen to him, Carla. You're beautiful.
Hunter entering with the vodka.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I told your sister she could bring the baby.
You didn't.
Of course I did. It's the only way to get that woman out of the house these days.
I don't want that child in my home.
Anthony, come on. He's your nephew.
It's a monster.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it? He's a baby.
It's a burden.
Charming. You really must share this sentiment with your sister.
I don't want her here either.
Nonsense. She's your sister.
And she's the last person who should be here tonight when we tell everyone.
She's going to find out sooner or later. It might as well be with the rest of her friends.
She's so histrionic. She's going to make this all about her, I guarantee it.
Well, of course she is. She's your sister. That's exactly what she does.
Is she still speaking with that fake accent of hers?
Lord, don't tell her it's fake. And she needs to. She's been hounding Eddie for weeks to set up a meeting with her and his director friend. Apparently, he's doing a production of Antigone or something like that, and she's desperate for the part of the lead.
Antigone is a young woman. Veronica is well past that part, though she does have the overvalued sense of self-importance that the part requires. And she looks young-ish. Young enough, at least. She just wants to rejuvenate her career now that the baby's come. And don't you think it's a bit odd? I know what your sister sounds like these days, and you don't. I haven't spoken to her since it was born. Anthony, that's over 6 months. That's it? It feels like so much longer. She's your sister. An unavoidable fact, as it were. What time is it? I need to change my costume. Why don't you do that, sweetie, Anthony? We've got loads of time. You know, our friends have a allergic to punctuality. It's her incessant need for people to like her, to think she's a good person. That's what bothers me the most about her. But maybe she isn't acting. Maybe she just is a good person. Not that she-beast. She's as big a sham as... And career? What career, Hunter? She started one community production of My Fair Lady 8 years ago. She's working really hard to make you, her brother, proud. She's been writing songs again. She had better not sing any tonight. I have no intention of sitting through all that caterwauling. You just don't understand her, Anthony. But then, I'm not surprised. You really don't make much of an effort to understand anyone these days. You're all about you and your work. Sometimes I think you wouldn't even notice if I were to run off with someone. Maybe someday I should. That'll show you. Well, there's little risk of that. You wouldn't know what to do without the money I put in your bank account or the clothes I buy for you. And it comes right back to that again. I can't help I'm in between jobs. It's not. I know there's not much call for people of your ilk, but surely in 2 years you could have found someone looking to hire a janitor. Custodian. And you're the one who told me to take off time and find something I really wanted to do. I was ready to get back out there, and you told me to wait it out. I was better than that. Well, that was then. 2 years later, I'm starting to think maybe that's all you're good for. We can't all be mediocre doctors with dead patients piling left and right. That is low. That is so low. Well, maybe you shouldn't have driven me into a corner. You know, I tend to pull out a bazooka when threatened. I can't help how you made me feel just now. You steered it in that direction, mister. Don't you dare play the victim. This is my sister's role. You'll only ever be second fiddle to her. When did you get so heartless? I don't know why I'm acting this way. Between work and tonight, I'm all over the place, and I'm losing another one. He's probably only got a few weeks left. I can't do anything about it. Anthony, it's okay. I'm sorry I said what I said. It was a stupid thing to say. You are heartless, and I'm brainless. Remember? We just need our lion, and we'll make a fine trio. But you're right, though. They just keep dying.
Hey now, that's life and all. People die. And no one fights as hard as you do to save them, but you can't save them all.
I could save more.
Some things are out of your hands. Now let's just sit down and relax for a moment. Here, why don't we move this ugly thing and the two of us can just have a nice seat and...
Put her down now.
But Anthony, I'm just trying to...
Don't you dare lay a hand on her again.
Calm down, it's just a dummy.
You watch your tongue. If I ever see you come near her again without my permission, your bags will be packed, and you'll be out the door faster than you can lisp your way through a latest favorite show tune.
But Anthony...
Our guest will be here any moment. I still need to change.
Okay. You do that.
Get the door if it rings.
Exits.
What was that about? What's so special about you? You're just a big, hideous ghoul. And how dare he speak to me that way? I don't let anyone speak to me that way. He'll be sorry he ever threatened me. Wait until his big announcement tonight. He'll see. He'll see.
Buzzer. Hunter opens the door. Veronica, dressed as Medea, and Aaron, dressed as a gladiator, enter. Veronica is carrying a baby.
Veronica! Aaron, come in, come in. Very nearly on time, too. I'm so impressed. Anthony, our guests have arrived.
You mean your guests? I didn't invite them.
He's such a tease, but then that's what we like in our men, don't we, Ronnie?
Hunter, darling, I love what you've done with the place. It's so festive, so atmospheric. I can almost hear the very spirits of the night just echoing with our appreciation of all that you've done.
Aaron's muted.
It's just a few balloons and potty favors, Ronnie. It's not Rockefeller at Christmas.
You'll have to excuse my husband, Hunter. He's just so gauche. His ideas of atmosphere is a scented candle and having a curtain drawn. Or at least it was. The last time he tried to set anything close to a mood.
5 seconds. I'm impressed you waited that long before sticking your claws into my jugular.
Don't worry. My brother's a doctor.
Plus, any blood spilled will help further the atmosphere.
Your people. So inept at finding the silver lining in any sow's purse.
By the way, I simply love your costume.
Thank you. As you know, I'm auditioning for my most challenging role yet, so I simply needed to delve into the part. And I thought, well, why not dress as though this is All Hallows Eve's party?
And I get saddled with whatever costume matches hers.
Matches. Yes. A Roman gladiator matches a Greek princess. Superbly.
Well, we can't win them all, can we? This is all they had left?
Perhaps if someone had not waited until the very last minute, someone could have been a bit more regal with options. But my poor husband, he just has no sense of authenticity.
Whereas I'm certain all Greek princesses wore mass-produced garments like yours.
You try finding the time to construct a costume from nothing and care for your needs and your son and your heir. Oh, but you'd spend some time with me and your son for a change. And the Lord knows your company wouldn't like that.
The fact that I'm with her now can't be enough for her.
Well, I adore both your costumes, especially yours, Aaron. So rugged, so masculine. But it's missing something. I'll be right back.
Aaron, you need to stop embarrassing me.
I'm embarrassing you. Darling, you simply can't be serious.
How dare you?
See, I still can't buy your outrage. Better keep working on that before the audition.
I don't understand how you could be so cruel. So cruel to someone who dipped on you.
Really? What a shame your brother got all the brains in the family.
Entering holding a slave collar.
Here we go. This is what you're missing.
What is that?
A slave collar.
You just happen to have one lying around?
You know me. Always have all sorts of odds and ends.
But why exactly do I need to wear that?
Because gladiators are not... Oh, I missed.
Because gladiators are not free. I'm sure you've seen the movies, right? Those folks were slaves. So I think it only appropriate you'd be as authentic as possible, don't you?
But I mean, you know...
So, on your knees.
What?
I said, on your knees, boy.
Oh, come on, Aaron. Do it. It'll be so nice to have you be a bit more authentic of a costume next to mine. Authenticity is sorely lacking in the theater these days. Can't you just make one tiny little sacrifice for me?
I thought I did when I said I do.
So make another. Get on your knees.
This is ridiculous.
Aaron kneels.
That's a good boy.
And Hunter collars him.
Now remember, you're a slave now, so you had better act like one.
Very funny.
Hunter slaps him.
Ow! What was that?
What was that?
Hunter, come on, watch it.
Sir. You refer to me as sir.
Did Ronnie put you up to this?
Hunter slaps him again.
Ow!
You do not learn, do you, boy?
Well, this is exactly the kind of party I needed. Hit him again.
I don't think that's necessary. Is it, boy? You learned your lesson for now, haven't you?
Sir, yes, sir, I have, sir.
Good boy.
Now, I'm undoubtedly grateful to you for allowing me to bring the baby, Hunter. I couldn't possibly leave him with someone else, but I didn't want to miss your party. It's such a fun thing, and it's the first social engagement that I've gotten invited to in the past 6 months.
How could I say no to my little nephew?
You would probably be invited to more if you didn't insist on bringing the baby with you everywhere.
Well, I can't just leave him with anyone, Aaron. Or don't you care about who watches your son and heir?
Isn't that a bit dramatic? Oh, there I go, forgetting who I'm talking to. Isn't that a bit dramatic?
Anthony enters dressed as a mad scientist.
What's going on in here?
Just the Ronnie's about to get into another fight.
Didn't you two just get here?
We're not fighting, Anthony. It's called discussing. Nothing more.
Well, please hold your discussion until you get back to your own dwelling.
Conflict is bad for our feng shui.
Since when do you practice Chinese religion?
He doesn't. He's just trying to show off for his sister-in-law.
That frigid queen. Are you honestly trying to impress her?
I can't imagine why.
It's not enough she's my sister-in-law?
No.
Not really.
Well, it's gonna have to be.
Hopefully not for long, though. There's trouble in paradise.
Anthony!
Well, I for one am shocked.
Me too.
To think a couple who get married at 18 due to a pregnancy scare that never amounted to anything would be having marital trouble.
Color me surprised.
Can we go back to you two fighting now, please? Leave my brother's marriage alone.
You know, I expected such bitchiness from you, Ronnie, but your husband, I think you've been spending a little too much time with the gays, Aaron. We're rubbing off on you.
Who knows? Before too long, you may be rubbing one out of me, too. Hey, ho, hey.
No, I should think not. You're a father now. This is hardly the time to go exploring your sexuality. That's what your backyard is for when you're 11 years old with your slightly older cousins.
Hey, what's this?
Ronnie, that's enough. Nothing, Anthony. Veronica is just trying to trudge up past events I told her in confidence.
Really, Aaron, we're the best of friends. There is no room for secrets between us all.
You see, none of them could care that you were anally penetrated by your cousin. It's perfectly normal to explore, isn't that right, Hunter? That's what young boys do, don't they?
Hang on now, Ronnie. There's exploration, and then there's seriously messed up, and then there's seriously messed up. Are you telling us you were playing catcher to your cousin's pitcher before you had grass on the field?
How old was your cousin?
It's really not important.
16.
Ugh, Veronica, this was told to you in confidence.
Wait, you told Veronica a secret and expected her to keep it? Color me surprised.
Now who's bitchy?
Well, it's his most dominant gene. It can't be helped.
Well, get prepared for another helping of... what are you wearing? I thought we discussed this. You try something different this year.
I am not wearing that outfit you laid out for me. This has always served me well in the past. It will do just as well for tonight.
You've been a mad doctor for almost a year, since I can remember, big brother. Do give it a rest.
Maybe. Tell me, can you give that fake accent of yours a rest in return?
This is how I've always spoken, brother. Tell him, Aaron.
This is how she always speaks, Anthony, these days.
Whatever do you mean, Aaron?
Nothing worth repeating. Forget I said anything. Is there any dip?
In the kitchen. You want me to show you?
Like yesterday?
They exit.
Anthony, I'm simply thrilled to see you. It has been way too long.
Cut it out, Ronnie. I am not in the mood to patronize you.
Okay. But then maybe you should tell me why you haven't called me, or why you haven't been to see Jason since he's been born.
Well, you know.
I do. I do. I do. But I want to hear you say it.
It won't change what you did, or rather didn't do.
I had my reasons.
Mother always used to tell me to give in to you. You were always weaker, she'd say, so you had to have your way. You were always the one who needed protection, so I had to protect you. I did that all the time. I watched out for you. When Cole kept picking on you on the bus, I sent him to the hospital with a broken jaw and 2 broken ribs. I was expelled for this.
I was. I am an artist. I'm an artist. And so I couldn't fight back. You know I couldn't.
I never asked for so much as a thank you for what I did. I never asked you for anything, in fact. So you'd think after a lifetime of sacrificing for you, you'd be able to make one sacrifice for me when I asked for it.
It was an impossible request. Frankly, I can't believe that you're going on and on about it. Do you ever just stop to think that you ever just stop to think what you put me through? Even asking me for a thing, honestly. I found it terribly selfish of you, and not something that you would have done if you were actually thinking clearly at the time.
You are impossible. Why did you even come here tonight?
Besides the fact I never turned down a social engagement.
I give up. I don't have the energy.
What is it, Anthony? What is it you're going through? Come on. Come on. You can't pretend with me. You know you don't have to.
Why did you have a baby?
You're a doctor. Surely you can figure out how things work.
I am well aware how human reproduction works. If you don't want to answer the question, we can go back to fighting, or better yet, absolute silence.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it was the same reason that mom and dad had me. Same reason most kids are born at the end of the day, I'd imagine.
So things are that bad right now?
Well, they were. I think he's helped some, but I haven't heard the D word in almost 8 months.
I guess Jason has served his purpose then.
I guess. Though we've been arguing a lot more lately. Like we were before I was pregnant.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension here too. It's been rough.
Well, with you and what you went through with your patient dying and the board review afterward, I guess I'm not surprised. Don't look so shocked. Just because we don't speak for 6 months doesn't mean that I don't keep tabs with you. I keep in touch with your husband. I know what's going on.
At least you've had enough sense to stay away. I wasn't in any mood for dealing with your frivolities. I've had to put up with hunters, and those are difficult enough.
Stop. He's exactly what you need during the past few months, and you know it.
so one would think, but he's pulling at my last threads. I'm not sure if I can make this marriage work. I don't know if I really want to.
I was afraid of something like that.
He's just so... Vapid is usually a word I reserve for you, but I guess it would apply to him too these days.
And out of respect for your current plan, we'll return to that comment on a later date and time.
He's always claiming that he needs me, that he wants me around, that he misses me, and he doesn't understand I don't have the time or energy to devote to doting on him. Not these days.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I too have heard similar things from Aaron. He tells me I don't give him enough attention.
And we're back on you and your problems. I thought you'd take a moment to at least listen to someone else's for once.
I was just trying to share with you.
Keep it to yourself, please, and listen. You asked me to share.
Well, sharing is not a one-way street, Anthony.
You always think you're right.
So do you. It's almost like we're family or something.
That's something that Hunter doesn't get either. He doesn't understand sometimes he isn't right, but I always am.
To be fair, if it's difficult to live with someone who is always right, I should know. Aaron does have the difficult task of living with me.
Sometimes I think about really asking him to leave, just ending the whole thing, but I don't.
Because you love him.
I think it's more because I don't want to prove our mother right.
That's why I had Jason.
What a pair we make, huh?
I confess. Hunter's been telling me how rough things have been between the two of you lately.
Has he? And what's he been saying to you?
Pretty much what you've just told me. That you aren't there for him. And how he feels lonely a lot of the time. He talks to me, you see, because I listen. And because you're just usually locked up in your office or at the hospital.
It's nice that he's found someone to indulge him in his petty insecurities.
It's actually one of the main reasons I came here tonight. And because I'm going stir crazy in my home. Aaron has the audacity, to go out almost every night and just to leave me with his son. Okay. What I meant to say is you weren't going to come to me, and so I knew that I was going to have to come to you.
Oh, how kind.
We'll tackle that beast together. And before you know it, you and Hunter will be a happy couple.
It's quite all right. Please stay out of this. I didn't tell you any of this to see you get involved.
You say I don't do anything for you. Well, I'm about to do something to prove you wrong. That is what I will do. I will help others. I will be a sassy, sexy fairy godmother, if you will.
Well, bibbity bobbity button up, grandmother, because I am not looking for your intervention.
Too late! I actually wrote a song, which I think will help bring the two of you closer together and heal the rift that has been opening up between the two of you.
You didn't.
I did. I did, in fact. Aaron!
Entering with Hunter.
You called Sugar Drop.
Yes, I do. I need you. I need you to take your son and heir and put him down in the other room. Why? Because it is showtime.
What is she talking about?
Boy, are you in for a treat.
Exits with the baby.
What's going on?
Apparently, someone's been telling my sister about our marital woes, so she decided...
I decided to cast my spell over both of you and repair what has been starting to lose through song.
You really don't have to do that.
That's what I told her.
No. It's no trouble, really. I wrote something just for the two of you. Hunter, I want you to sit there. I want you to listen. I want you to pretend that it is Anthony singing to you. I wrote the song from Anthony's perspective because, well, let's face it, sweetie. Between the two of you, he's just so much smarter and thus more likely to actually use words to convey how he feels.
Hey,
You do tend to resort to action rather than speech when experiencing a moment of extreme emotion.
that don't make me dumb.
Not as much as that sentence does.
Boys, listen. Just focus on my words. Hunter, pretend Anthony. Hunter, pretend I am Anthony. And Anthony, pretend what I am saying is coming from your lips. I want you to hold each other's hands and I want you to look into each other's eyes. Oh, good, okay. Now, listen. Time keeps ticking away. You and I are still struggling through. Love ain't easy. No, it's not. And you and I are proof of the love. And then we cut to the end. And then the song comes to a close. And you both kiss and make up. And I said, kiss.
They kiss.
Well,
There are no words.
Apparently your music was able to accomplish the incredible after all.
so nobody has anything nice to say.
I think it was a lot nicer than anyone was ready to give you credit for, Ronnie.
Oh, that's so terribly sweet, Aaron. But no one really cares what you have to say. I want you to know if my music helps to stir a spark of passion between you two and has sealed the rift between your hearts.
It's going to take a bit more than a song to help us feel totally connected again.
But everyone goes through these spats. It's a normal part of a relationship.
Like your song says.
Don't.
Damn.
Quoting my song. Oh, that is proof. It is proof that it worked.
Don't read into my husband's actions. He tends to speak without a thought.
Ooh, maybe that's something we all should do. Maybe we should all get too caught up in our heads and overthink what would be possible. Simple, straightforward feelings.
Feelings aren't straightforward. They're complex and confusing and need a lot of thought. Thought which I have done and I placed inside the song when I wrote it.
I think Aaron's right. You say you wrote that song from Anthony's perspective because I'm not as smart. Well, I'm glad I'm the dumb one. Sometimes I think you and Anthony spend too much time criticizing everything and thinking and overthinking and triple thinking so much you don't have anything left to give when it comes to communicating, connecting with the people in your lives.
Here.
And the melodrama has started early. I thought we'd have to wait for your brother and Gina before that happened.
Be nice. He's just saying what he feels. My song is clearly working. It's just it's getting the two of you to talk. And that was just the first one.
We have never had any difficulties talking. He talks nonstop.
What do you mean the first one?
There's a surprise for later tonight. As soon as the other guests arrive, but really, I shouldn't say more.
What a surprise. We have our own surprise for later tonight.
You do?
That's enough, Hunter.
Veronica, why do you need to wait for Jeannie and Eddie?
Because what I'm planning is actually for them.
Why? What could you possibly hope to accomplish?
That, my darling, is between Eddie, myself, and Gina. You're all just meant to be spectators.
Ugh, there you go again. Getting involved in the lives of people who would be better left alone. You always do that, Veronica, and then people get hurt, and you just go on living your life.
Don't be silly. I don't hurt anyone.
Tell that to the nanny you made me hire and then fire last week.
Don't bring her up, Erin. She was she was talking about how lonely she was, and I tried to help her find a man, and then she found a man, and she had eyes for you, and I wasn't very well going to just keep a woman under my employment who has feelings for you.
She didn't have feelings for me, Ronnie.
Then why did you find a doodling of your name in her notebook like a bubblegum princess?
She never did that, Veronica, and you know she didn't do that.
Then where did the notebook come from?
Don't make me say it in front of your brother.
Don't mind us.
Drama and our kind go hand in hand.
Always with the stereotypes with you.
Really, this isn't it isn't right in this day and age.
You made it, Ronnie.
What?
That notebook with my name all over it, you made it.
It's preposterous.
It isn't. You made that notebook and tried to pass it off as Grace's.
The nanny cam.
Maybe you should use those brains you're so proud of and think about that before you commit a crime in front of a video camera you set up yourself.
Crime? Please. I did that girl a favor.
You told me you called her agency and had her blacklisted.
Rightfully so.
Wait, I don't understand.
Such is your lot, I suppose.
If you knew your nanny didn't do anything wrong, why did you get her blacklisted?
Yeah, that's something I can't figure out myself.
Please. My sister doesn't need a reason, at least not a logical one.
That is not nice. I had a reason, and a very good reason, too.
Well,
You all think it's so easy being me. I sacrifice so much to help all of you. And all I want is just a little bit of respect. Is that so much for me to ask for? I mean, all I do for the three of you, you just tear me down when I spend so much effort and energy building all of you up. You're like wrecking balls, just a lot of you. You see any sort of support structure and you barrel through it, just leaving rubble in your wake. What would any of you know about how I feel each and every single day to be the butt of your jokes? The victim to your malice. And worse, your apathy.
did you write that little speech to go with that song of yours?
But Ronnie, what did she do?
Dropping the accent.
I don't remember, okay? Whatever she did at the time, it was worse. It was the worst thing that she could have done, but I don't remember now. And what does it matter? What does it even matter in the end? She was a nanny. She wasn't anything to me. So, can we please go back to enjoying the party?
We were enjoying the party.
Not with that attitude, we weren't.
Sometimes I can't believe I'm still married to you.
Well, you are. And nothing can change that.
There are a few things I can think that would.
Be a good slave and calm down a bit, Aaron.
Knock it off, Hunter. I'm talking to my wife.
Maybe I should go check on her son while the title still applies to me. Excuse me.
Oof. Eddie and Gina are in for a rare treat when they arrive.
Yeah, well, they'll feel right at home. Eddie told me they have fought every day for the past 6 weeks.
Oh, good. I'd hate for them to feel out of place here.
I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't want to bring our baggage to the party.
Please, as if we are strangers to such things. If you'll excuse me, I need to attend to something in my office.
Exits with Carla off stage.
Yes, I know.
What's up with the dummy?
I have no idea. He's been acting weird all day.
Very funny.
What was that about, boy?
Sir?
What did you say to me a few minutes ago?
What's up with the dummy? Sir?
No, before that. Think carefully, boy. You asked me to knock it off, didn't you, boy?
I'm sorry, sir. I was caught up in the moment.
And that's an excuse for disrespecting your master?
No, sir, never. You should never be disrespected.
When I took you on as my slave, when you begged me to be your master, That was the one rule I had. What was the one rule I had for you?
Always respect you in public and in private, sir.
Do you think telling me to knock it off is respectful?
No, sir. But that's what Veronica does. She gets you so angry. She just gets in your head. Veronica's a harpy. She's made bouncers cry. I've seen it. She starts talking to them. She finds something she can use, something no one else would think would be significant. And then she just zooms in on it until you're left enraged or in tears or...
In violation of your promise?
That too, sir.
Aaron, I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with you. I had such big plans for you, for us, for all three of us, Anthony included. But if I can't trust you with one simple thing, maybe you're not the boy for me.
No, sir. I swear. I swear I am. I had a slip up, a big one. I understand, but it won't happen again. I swear.
Neil.
Aaron kneels.
Being my slave is a commitment I expect you to take seriously, because I take owning you very, very seriously. I look out for you. I'm working towards being able to provide a stable home for you, but I need you to uphold your end of our relationship. This is a relationship based on love, honor, duty, and service, even from my end. Yes, we are both in situations where we cannot be totally open about our relationship, but that will all change soon enough.
Sir, you know how lost I was, how miserable I was when you found me online. You offered me the chance to fulfill my life, give purpose to my life, something my wife has never had the ability to do. You gave me a reason to keep on going. I could never, ever let you down. I am here to serve only you. You are my kingdom, and I want nothing more than to honor you.
That's a good boy. I'm proud of you. Now, kiss my feet.
Aaron kisses his feet.
Now stand up before someone catches us.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Anthony enters with Carla.
Here we are, back where you belong. I'm sorry for that. I had to take care of something upstairs. I needed to relieve some pressure. All of this fighting got to me, I think. How about some hors d'oeuvres?
What was the dummy for?
Have either of you heard from Gino or Eddie? They'll be late if they don't get here soon. I can't abide lateness. In my line of work, lateness equates to death.
Anthony.
Yes?
What was the dummy for?
The dummy?
That you brought upstairs.
Oh, Aaron, where's Ronnie?
What about the...
In a moment, Hunter. I need to see my sister. I want to make sure that she's calmed down. It was a bit intense just a while back, and if you'll recall.
She's checking on the baby.
Veronica enters. She is covered in blood, hands, face, and dress.
Something which is no longer necessary.
Something which is no longer necessary? Oh, no, that's you. Sorry.
Something which is no longer necessary.
Oh my God, Veronica, are you okay? What happened?
I'm fine. Don't be silly.
But the blood! Where is the blood?
The baby.
What?
No.
Jason's missing. There's blood everywhere.
Exactly. No need to check on him. It's all been taken care of.
Veronica, what did you do?
She couldn't have.
Calm down, everyone. This is my sister. Have you all forgotten her penchant for drama? This is not even blood.
Dabs on his tongue.
Well, no, this is blood, yes, but I'm sure it's not Jason's.
Oh my God.
Plead all you want, Aaron. This is the world your cruelty has created. How you've created and treated me. God's ears are deaf to your cries.
Veronica, you're fucking psychotic.
Well, my sister is many, many things, Aaron. By psychotic may be one of them, but I don't think she killed her son. Let's take a few minutes to examine the house.
isn't that large after all.
And let me pause briefly to suggest if you want a larger home, you should have help pay for it, because then suggest we split up and search for each room.
This is insane.
Relax.
I swear.
Hunter, take Veronica to my office. Aaron and I will search the house.
But
just keep an eye on her.
You'll find nothing, Anthony. Nothing's been left.
Come on, Veronica.
Escorts her out.
Veronica is not insane.
Anthony,
Veronica is not insane. She wouldn't have killed her son.
are you telling me this or yourself?
Come on.
They exit. End of Act 1.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Oh, hey. How was the flight?
It was great. Thanks for meeting me at the airport.
Uh-oh.
Sir, you look stressed. Would you like a relaxing massage and blowjob?
Yes.
It's like a house of cards, and if I blow the wrong way, it's all just gonna come crashing down.
I'm worried about me and Anthony, Pop.
What's that for?
We're living together. We love each other. But we're just not a team anymore.
I get it. Adulting is really, 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 really hard.
I've decided I know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life.
So you've heard the story about my killer dick.
Heard it. I live for it.
I live my life. And I don't think that you could say that about yourself.
I am tired of giving you sage advice only to have you rebuke me.
Last night we played Hide the Rattle and I still haven't found it.
Oh, this is a gay bar.
I'm Zach. Belt's JD, the silent.
Why? I mean, hi.
All of you are idiots. Except you. I'll leave you all to figure out who I mean.
I wouldn't lie to him. I don't see any reason to hide the truth from my friends, family, and loved ones.
I know the owners. Almost arrested most of them at some point. They're a great bunch.
That way of life gets old.
That way of life? Or just you?
I guess it's good that I have such a great sense of self-confidence.
I'm looking for a real bear god.
Who changed the light bulb in the sex spot? It's way too bright in there.
Don't you remember the good old days of playing male prostitute in the backyard with your buddies?
It's only prostitute now. Gender's dead.
Oh man. Welcome back to SideKick Power Hour. We do this every Monday night. This is our 58th broadcast, and we are having so much fun. If you're tuned into this, you're probably already a member of the Crewniverse, but if you're not, we'd love for you to join us over at patreon.com/SideKick Productions. And by subscribing and becoming a member of the Crewniverse, you help create all of this stuff with us. And of course, we could not do that without Joshua R. Pangborn and the Skeleton Crew play that we're reading tonight. So we're going to get right back into Act 2. But I just want to remind everybody that the question of the week this week is, what is your favorite musical that was first a movie? So leave your comments below and we'll get to them right after. And now, Act 2.
Act 2, Scene 1. I'll take them now for ya. Act 2, Scene 1. The setting is Anthony and Hunter's home. Some nights, same night, perhaps an hour later. At Rise, Gina and Eddie enter. Gina is dressed as Cleopatra, and Eddie is dressed in orderly scrubs.
Hello?
What time is it?
It's late.
I know it's late. I'm asking what time it is.
It's late enough that the party's probably over and you're the reason we missed it.
Please don't start. I have apologized so many times already for having to work late.
You can apologize as many times as you want. It still doesn't change what happened.
Is this really how we're going to spend our night tonight?
I guess it's better to pretend everything's all right and put on a happy face.
Exactly.
Moron.
Gina.
You didn't even have time to change into your costume. Do you realize how ridiculous I look dressed as Cleopatra standing next to a nursing home orderly? You were supposed to be Mark Anthony, or at least as much as someone like you could look like Mark Anthony.
I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to be happy. I just want us to be happy. What will it take to make you happy?
There's no point in going there, Eddie. You're 15 years too late.
Come on, Gina.
Seriously, where is everyone? This is kind of creepy.
Eddie picks up Carla and mimes through her.
Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
Knock it off.
Excuse me. Excuse me, but are you the wife of that handsome nursing home orderly?
Well, I'm the wife of that nursing home orderly.
Ouch. He wanted me to tell you something for him.
I really don't want to play.
Well, that's nothing new. But at least listen to the message he has for you.
Fine, what is it?
Tosses Carla and Gina.
That's the spot. Okay. Oh, boy. Sorry. What page?
40.
Okay. Okay, 40. Actually, 39. Sorry. He's a catch, and I'm going to steal him away from you if it kills me.
I'll save you, Gina.
Tosses Carla off.
I've got you. I've got you, my love. I'm right here.
You idiot. What was that?
I'm always here to protect you. I've got your back, especially against crazy ladies like that.
Okay. Just get it off me, please.
Your wish is my command.
He helps her up.
You're really something.
I prefer to think of myself as your knight in shining armor.
Keep telling yourself that.
I tried. If you can't appreciate that, I just don't know what to say.
Look, you were cute. I'll give you that. It definitely took me by surprise. I'm sorry. I've been so angry these days, and I'm sorry. I'm really angry tonight.
You're really angry lately. Angrier than usual.
Okay, I know that. I just said that. Listen to me when I'm talking to you.
Okay. Let's not get angry again.
Oh, I need a drink.
That's not a good idea. That seems to make you angrier.
No, you're the angry drunk. Sobriety's what makes me angry. Keep up.
You're really sending mixed signals, you know?
Do I have to spell everything out for you?
How can you go from furious to laughter back to annoyance bordering on anger in such a short amount of time?
Eddie, dear, sweet Eddie, you always asking questions but never understanding the answers. If I knew all you'd amount to is this.
What?
Learn your lessons, Eddie. Learn the value of silence.
How can we ever hope to communicate if you're always shut down?
You just always want so much, Eddie. You can't enjoy the small moment we just had. You just have to try to just turn it to something more, something bigger than it was.
Look, let's make a new deal, okay? Say we try moving forward from all the stuff we've said these past few weeks, and treat tonight as the start of something new.
You know, I think that's actually something I can get behind. Completely.
Then it's a deal.
Sure. A deal.
Veronica, get back here.
Finally, people are here.
Veronica runs on.
Veronica.
Gina, Eddie, how delightful it is to see you. In lieu of my brother, please allow me to play host and invite you to a little drink-you-witch. And I see that you've already invited yourself to one.
Veronica, it's so wonderful to see you. Thinking the party was over.
Oh, I think it's just getting started.
Veronica, get back here. Hello.
Hey, Hunter, that's some nice costume.
Thanks.
Oh, Veronica, I love it. You really went all out for your costume. It looks so authentic. I love the blood. It really adds.
Thanks, Gina. I'm not sure if Hunter likes it. Probably so much. I don't think he likes it so much. I'm going to get blood all over his carpet. So you know how the gays are.
Veronica!
Hunter! Calm down. I told you it washes out. And you, Gina, what a costume. So you went the Elizabeth Taylor route.
I had to. One of the many nights I was home alone these past few months, I just went on a Taylor marathon and I found myself watching Cleopatra more times than any of her other films.
Seriously? Of all her films, that's the one you gravitate towards?
Bite your pillow, Hunter. The film is a masterpiece. Diamond in the rough. But what would you know about Elizabeth Taylor?
Taylor herself questioned the film when it was done. You know, I believe the word she used to describe it was vulgar. Don't try to go toe-to-toe with me on iconographic gay figures, Missy. I'll whoop your butt every time.
I stand corrected.
Still, it is a darling costume, Gina. And Eddie, so mundanity. I applaud the sentence you're trying to... I applaud the statement you're trying to make with this look. That too often those who run society go unnoticed and underappreciated. But in the end, they are performing a role for just as much as Miss Taylor was in the dear, wonderful, wonderful Cleopatra.
You didn't have time to change after work?
I didn't have time to change after work.
Oh.
Well, if you'll excuse us, I need to take Veronica to Anthony's office.
No, you don't.
There's that thing you need to do to take care of.
Oh, Hunter. The thing is long since done. Nothing's going to change that. Might as well stay and enjoy the party with your guests.
I feel confused.
Really, that's so unlike you.
New leaf, remember?
What's this?
Gina and I decided tonight would be the start of something new for us.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
It's about time. I was starting to worry about you two. You've been fighting like two old chicken hawks over one piece of veal.
What?
Gay thing.
Oh.
So, Eddie, what prompted this?
Let's talk about something else, something more festive.
Well, Gina, you could possibly be more festive than a... Well, Gina, what could possibly be more festive than a horror story that is your Let's take it again. Well, Gina, what could possibly be more festive than the horror story that is your marriage?
Veronica!
That's horrible.
Come on. Do we really need to pretend that we're living in a wedded bliss? Friends have the obligation to be honest with one another.
She's not wrong. Hey, don't look at me like that. We got married because we thought I was pregnant. We were 18 and stupid. Now we're older and just as stupid and no babies. It's no storybook marriage.
You know, Eddie, if you really wanted to start off fresh with Gina, maybe you should just tell her the truth.
If they're happy to start something fresh, let them.
Why don't you go find our husbands?
Yeah. Where are Anthony and Aaron?
What's she talking about, Eddie?
I have no idea. You know, Ronnie, she's always acting like everything is some big old drama.
Exactly. She's just being Ronnie.
Am I?
Say, how's Jason, by the way?
Dead.
What?
Tired. Dead tired. The baby's sleeping. Just wore himself out, having his gunkles doting over him all.
No, that's not true. He's dead.
Eddie, I want to know what Veronica's hinting at.
Wait a minute. Why does Veronica keep saying her son is dead?
She's being histrionic.
She's stating a fact.
Eddie?
I have no idea what Veronica is talking about, but seriously, why is Veronica covered in blood and insisting her son is dead?
Well, there's got to be some place we haven't looked, but I refuse to believe my sister killed your baby. Hey, Gina and Eddie.
What?
I told you.
Anthony's just joking. She didn't.
I did.
I'm really confused.
It's all quite simple. In the midst of repairing the rift in my brother and his husband's marriage, my husband expressed regret that we were still married. We parted ways to cool off for a bit for tussle. And then I decided to kill my son.
Now knock it off right this minute, Veronica. Where is Jason?
Stop! Nobody move.
What? What is it?
I demand an answer this moment.
But what is the question?
I'm in the middle of trying to figure out where my son is.
Calm down, Aaron. Can't you see my brother's distraught about something?
What is Carla doing on the floor?
I am still waiting, Eddie.
We've got 3 great questions just hanging around in the room right now.
It's my fault. Gina and I were playing with her and she ended up on the floor.
Oh, you'll answer his question.
Let me make one thing perfectly clear. No one, and I mean no one, is permitted to touch her. Do you understand? He sits her down in a chair. I'm so sorry.
Anthony, I think you're overreacting.
Considering my son is missing right
DEAD.
I'd say that's an understatement.
Why are you so intense about that dummy?
Because I am. It's our business and no one else's.
Eddie, focus on me and what I'm asking you.
I don't know what Veronica is talking about.
Stay out of other people's business and tell me where our son is, Veronica.
No, tell me what you were talking about, Veronica.
Seriously. Eddie, you should just come clean. Things like this come out sooner or later. You had a good run. It's been about 15 years. Shouldn't you just tell her the truth?
Veronica.
Go on, Veronica.
If you're not going to do it, Eddie, then I guess I have no choice.
Please, don't.
So you remember that time that you thought you were pregnant? The pregnancy scare that prompted you to accept Eddie's proposal and marry him straight out of high school. You do remember that, don't you?
It's not something you really forget, Veronica.
Well, what if I were to tell you?
Please, Ronnie.
Shh. Now I want to hear this.
Yes.
Well, what if I were to tell you that the reason you thought you were pregnant was because of Eddie? He messed with your pregnancy test.
I'm sorry, what?
You sly dog.
Is this true?
It is.
How could you?
I loved you, and I wanted to marry you. I didn't think you would marry me, though, unless you had a really good reason.
And you knew the reason wasn't because I loved you back.
Basically, I knew you would only date me in high school because it made your parents angry. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I figured that much out. That didn't mean I didn't love you. And I knew after we graduated, you would dump me. So I had to do something. I had to make you stay with me.
Eddie, that's insane.
It's romantic.
He's your brother. Of course you're going to say that, but that's seriously messed up.
I'm hoping since we're turning a new leaf, you'll see this as sweet and forgive me.
My parents practically disowned me when I told them that I was pregnant.
Yeah, but they started talking to you again a few years later, right?
Let me finish. After they practically disowned me, I couldn't go to college because they wouldn't let me have the money that they put aside. I had no choice but to marry you. And then I found out I wasn't pregnant, but no. The doctor told me I lost the baby.
That was me too. I paid a doctor to tell you that.
You paid a doctor to tell me that I had a miscarriage?
Yep, that's pretty insane. Now, Ronnie, where's my son?
I'm not finished yet, Aaron. You are a selfish, narcissistic monster, and you ruined my life. Every dream I ever had is gone. And I thought it was because I made a stupid mistake, but it wasn't me. It was you. You ruined my life. I can't be here right now. Anthony, I need to lie down for a minute.
Of course, you know where the bedroom is.
Gina, please.
Don't
please, let me
come
explain.
near me, Eddie. Not right now. I need to think.
She exits.
Ronnie, how could you do that to me? I told you that in secret.
Secrets are dangerous things, Eddie.
If you ruined my marriage.
I think you took care of that yourself.
Hunter, maybe you should take your brother to my office.
I went to see Gina.
Give her a bit of space. She just had a bit of a shock.
You don't get to do these things, Veronica. You don't get to play with people's lives.
Maybe you shouldn't blame others for your choices.
Come on, Eddie. Let me take you for a breather.
They exit.
Oh, you throw quite a party, Anthony.
That's two of the questions that were asked. Now it's your turn. Where is he, Veronica?
Oh, he's dead, Aaron. Oh, accept it and move on.
Keep her here, Anthony. I'm going to go look around again. We must have missed something.
He exits. Well, I hope you're proud of yourself.
I usually am.
Tonight was supposed to be my night. It was my party, and Hunter and I were going to share a big announcement.
Well, what's stopping you?
You and these little games of yours, between this mockery of a murder and revealing this horrible secret of Eddie's.
Oh, please, like that's the end of what's to come between them tonight.
There you go again. You can't just let someone else have the spotlight.
Do you remember when Mother woke us up the day that Daddy died?
Not exactly, no.
Maybe it was different with you. But with me, she woke me up by letting her tears fall on my face, like little droplets of rain. It was a gradual awakening on my part, not so sudden of an alarm clock or a rough shake. No, I remember my eyes fluttering open slowly, and the first thing I saw was her face, and it was swollen with tears.
That doesn't sound like the mother I remember. She was overjoyed that father had died.
Oh, she was. She was, but for a very brief moment, the sadness and the pain of his death. It made her forget all of the hate she had for that man. And she only remembered the fact that he had gone forever.
That doesn't explain why you can't let me have one night.
You'll get your night. When everyone reconvenes, you can have your moment in the sun.
Where is Jason, Veronica?
I'll gladly tell you as soon as you tell me more about that dummy.
Veronica.
Anthony. You're the stable one between the two of us. Or you were. You've been having these outbreaks tonight. It just put me to shame.
Later, Veronica. It is for later.
Later? And I'm the one who thrives on drama?
How did you even get Eddie to tell you about that pregnancy?
You've never been lonely, have you?
Like you have?
No, I mean, you've never been lonely. Truly lonely. You, me, we're surrounded by people always. They gravitate toward us. Hell, I think that's why sometimes we push our husbands away, because we actually need time for ourselves. It's hard to be honest, to understand what it's like to be ordinary, to be overlooked. Aaron, Hunter, Gina, for them, they're so normal, almost tragic. They couldn't comprehend what it's like to be us. But we have it harder. Because we couldn't be ordinary if we tried. But then there's Eddie. Poor Eddie. He's worse than ordinary. He's inconsequential. I know you're going to say that I'm being cruel, but honestly, there's always a bit of cruelty.
No, I actually agree with you.
Good. Well, sometimes when you're me, I'm sure you'll understand this, and you'll get a bit bored with your life. And since Jason was born, well, I've had a lot of boredom to deal with, and it's just got me thinking. So I reached out to friends, and since you weren't interested in making yourself available to me, and Eddie didn't seem to be the most grateful for spending time with me, so he started coming over a lot. Sometimes with Gina, sometimes alone, and we just talked. We talked. And you know what? I love a good audience. But eventually he started to open up, and he started to share things, and he started to share his feelings, and with Gina. And oh, he loves her so much. And he went on and on and on and on. And that's how his sequel just tumbled right out.
Poor Eddie. To have so much life and so little potential in it. With you, with me, we could have the world. I think that's what's hardest for us at times. The fact that we could have it all. The challenge is figuring out what to choose.
Exactly.
I didn't have to choose med school. I had so many options. But Eddie, the others, they may be jealous of us at times, but really, they should be the ones to feel sorry for us. In the end, we are the ones that have to make the greatest sacrifices because we have so much potential that it never gets a chance to be utilized. Imagine looking down at Earth from space, knowing you have within you enough talent to fill the entire planet, but you're told because of time and life, you'll only be able to fulfill less than 1% of it. That's what I feel like we go through, Veronica. And I look at Gina and Eddie, even our husbands, and I think how sometimes it would be nice not to think like we do about every little thing. How nice it would be just to float along.
Just to float along. You too?
But then I would miss out on seeing what I see so much more than they do. It's hard being normal, but it's harder still being extraordinary. It's a burden they won't ever have to deal with, thankfully.
I've missed you, Anthony. This past 6 months, it's been hard not having you around. You understand me because you're just like me.
Well, if that's true, then you must know how hard it is for me to look at you still.
Can't you forgive me?
I'm sure. Eventually, when the pain has dulled some, maybe after tonight, if you let someone else have the spotlight.
The only person I could hope to share it with is you.
Jesus, could you two get over yourselves for a minute? There are 4 other people at this party.
Gina! Come in! Join us. I'm sorry it's been so rough on you tonight.
How could you not tell me about this, Veronica? How could you not tell me that Eddie told you?
Oh, I didn't think it was my place.
Bullshit. You wanted to have the perfect moment to share that news with me, and what better moment than in front of all our friends?
Well, it did create a bit of a certain dramatic effect. I'll give you that. But I did not intend for it to hurt you. And if you recall, you do have something planned tonight. And I was instrumental in arranging it. So pardon me if I kept some information to myself in an effort to create an appropriate atmosphere.
What are you planning?
Never you mind. You have your big announcement and Gina has hers, and I trust that there's enough sharing of the spotlight for all of you.
Yes. Although we still have this issue of your missing...
Dead.
Son. So you still made sure to keep just enough of it on you.
'Tis the burden we share. Remember?
I don't know if I can go through with that now, Veronica.
You'd better, Gina. I worked very hard on helping you get it all right.
But now that I've heard this, I don't know.
All the more reason to go along with the plan.
Veronica's meddling again.
I'm helping. I'm making a difference. Gina asked me to. Anyway, didn't you, Gina?
I did ask for your help.
See?
But I'm still very angry with you for not telling me privately about the pregnancy lie.
I'm sorry, Gina. In light of everything else, I didn't think it was important.
Maybe we should just disband this party. I suspect nothing good can come of what you have planned.
Pish posh! Don't you dare! You have a big announcement after all.
Maybe I should just go round everyone up then. Get this over with so we can go on our merry way.
Sounds like a wonderful plan.
Then maybe Veronica will tell us where she hid her son.
Just go get everyone else.
Anthony exits.
That costume's quite fetching, aren't you?
Oh, it's not as amazing as yours.
No, of course not. But still, you're trying, and that's something.
So, how are you doing with all the audition prep? You mentioned that you were auditioning for a show soon, didn't you?
I think I'm really getting into the character. I honestly can't imagine the director not casting me.
Maybe I'll try out too. Do they have, any small parts?
Oh, gee. There are no small parts, only small actors, as the good saying says. You should definitely audition. I'm sure they could find some sort of part for you in the chorus.
Oh, I did the chorus in high school. I really liked that.
A different kind of chorus. This is a Greek play. The chorus, you see, functions as a sort of audience by proxy at times, the narrator at times. You have to experience. Have you much experience with Greek theatre?
Not really.
Maybe you should start there first, then. First, pick up a copy of the greats and read it. Maybe, Oedipus Rex, Aristotle, Aristotle, yes. He's basically Oedipus. It was a very perfect tragedy. Can't imagine a better place to start.
Oedipus, like the guy who married his mom.
To an extent, yes. Though the piece is more nuanced. And how would you describe it? There's a lot more to be of secrets and lies and twists in the fate even. See, what you're describing is the pilot of a play, not what the play is about. Do you see?
Why do you do that?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not an idiot, you know. I see the way you talk down to me. You're not better than me just because your husband is...
Oh, Gina, please. No. No one's holding you responsible for Eddie's actions. And tonight, the rest of us just... and tonight the rest of us will all know what he's been up to, and we'll figure out what to do together. We're friends.
Okay, but just don't treat me like you think I'm not as good as you.
Gina, I'm no better than you, honestly. We're all special in our own ways.
Well, now you're just being hokey.
No, I'm being honest. You're one of my best friends. I'm always going to be there for you.
Thank you, Frank.
Think nothing of it.
Anthony enters with Hunter and Eddie. All right, let's get this over with before this night gets any worse.
Wait, no, we can't do it, Anthony. Not without Anna here.
I'm starting to get tired, Hunter.
Gina, I'm really sorry.
Not now, Eddie.
Say, Gina, what about you sharing with Eddie the big surprise you cooked up for him?
Not now, Veronica. This is my turn. My big announcement.
Please, Veronica, where is he?
Jesus.
Just tell me where Jason is.
I think you need to come to terms with the fact that your son is dead.
If he's dead, then where's the body, Veronica? Where's the body?
Back where it belongs. It's inside me.
What?
Oh, not again.
I thought back in our time together and all the years we spent when we were married, and the happiest time of our lives was those 9 months whenever our son was gestating in my womb. And the truth is, our marriage has not been the smoothest. And I don't think that's a surprise to any of you. So if the happiest times were when my son was inside me, then the solution was straightforward enough. I had to put him back inside me. So I did what I had to do. After I killed him, I ate him.
You're sick, Veronica. You're a sick monster.
I'm a human being with needs, and I need to feel loved. I felt the most love when your seed was developing inside of me, and when you looked at me, and when you saw nothing but potential for the future growing within me. I just wanted to feel that way again.
Anthony?
She's just trying to get a rise out of you. Just ignore her, and soon enough she will grow bored.
What if she's telling the truth? Don't you think we should call the police?
Oh, she'd love that. Just think of the attention she'd get.
Think of me what you will. But what's done is done.
Let's just stop buying into her reality, okay? And ignore her for a moment.
Aaron's here. You can go ahead now.
Yes, let's do that. That should derail this crazy train.
Okay, but I have something important to say to Anthony after you're done.
Gina?
Now, it's Anthony's turn.
You'll get your chance, Gina, but now excuse me, everyone.
There's 6 of us here, and we're all paying attention to you already.
I wanted to thank you all for coming tonight.
We wanted to thank you all for coming tonight. My husband, he forgets he has a partner from time to time.
Yes, well, we wanted to thank you all for coming tonight, but tonight is more than just our Halloween party. Tonight, we have a very special announcement to make.
We have thought about this for a long time, and we've made a big decision.
As you all know, we have been married for quite some time now. There has been some bumps in the road, but all in all, it's been a decent marriage, but it's been a boring one, too. I speak for Hunter as well as myself when I say that we have felt the need to spice things up a bit. So we decided we are going to enter into a polygamous relationship and add another person to our life.
You may applaud.
I don't understand.
I think I speak for all of your friends when I say how terribly happy we are for you. I'm sure whoever it is you decide to share your lives with, we will welcome him into our arms, our open hearts, and our open minds.
Congratulations.
Do you really expect us to believe you ate a baby?
Aaron, focus. I don't think that they're finished. And this isn't about you, you know.
Well, actually, Veronica, we aren't. I have a surprise for my husband. While he may have thought we were on the lookout for the newest member of our family, I have already found someone.
You what?
You may have noticed my erratic behavior with Carla earlier.
Carla?
Well, there's a reason for that. Everyone, please allow me to introduce you to the newest member of our family, Carla.
What?
I'm really confused.
It's like a repeated mini for you, isn't it, Eddie?
Anthony, are you... I don't get it.
You want to date a doll.
Carla is not a doll. Carla is so much more than that.
Anthony, what are you doing? This isn't... We never talked about this. Are you making fun of me?
I couldn't be more serious if I tried, Hunter. This woman, Carla, she is the purest soul I have ever met in my life. She's exactly the kind of person we need in our lives.
Are you sure?
She's a dummy.
Don't you dare speak about her that way.
Well, Anthony, how did you two meet?
Well, Carla's a former patient of mine. We met and we had an instant connection. She reminds me of everything I loved about Hunter, but with even better qualities.
Thank you?
You know, you and your sister just love your sick jokes, don't you?
The only joke is how you are all reacting. I knew you wouldn't understand.
We understand.
Well, I don't.
Anthony, isn't Carla the name of your patient who...
Yes, the one who you wouldn't donate a kidney to, Veronica. The one who died. The one your selfishness took from this world.
Carla is a dead patient? You named a dummy after your dead patient?
She's not a dummy. This is Carla. I arranged to have her remains transformed into something more lasting.
You can't be serious.
I am. Say hello to your future wife, Hunter. Don't be shy, Carla. He's going to have to get used to you at some point.
That's not really a dead body, is it?
Anthony?
It's only dead if we see her that way. Carla is very much alive, just as alive as she would have been if my sister had been more forthcoming with her kidney.
Anthony, I'm not sure you're thinking clearly.
And you are? Didn't you just claim you ate your son after you killed him?
Well, she makes you happy.
This is insane. You don't get to do this, Anthony.
What? Make our family complete? That's what I'm trying to do. That's all I am trying to do.
This is not the family I want.
Well, this is the family you have, regardless, and you'll appreciate it, or you can leave. Now tell Carla you are sorry because she is crying. She doesn't think you like her.
I don't see any tears.
Not now, Eddie.
I'm not going to apologize to whatever this is.
Well, you'd better learn to, or you'll be sleeping alone tonight.
What's wrong with your family, Veronica? Are you and your brother just that messed up?
Do you have anything else to share, Anthony?
No, I feel better now. I've been living with this weight on my chest. But you know, now you all know about her, I feel so relieved. Come here, Hunter. Don't be scared. We're going to be so much happier than ever.
Keep away from me. I can't be touched by you right now.
Right. Well, you clearly all need some time. Gina, I don't suppose you're ready to share with the group now.
Now? After all that?
Can't imagine a better follow-up.
Gina, what's going on?
Well, Gina asked for my help. She asked for my help in telling you, Eddie, how she really feels about you. She doesn't think...
If you don't mind, Veronica, I can speak for myself.
I'm sorry, please go on.
What Veronica was going to say is I don't think I've really shared with you how I feel about you. What I learned tonight about how you ruined my life notwithstanding, I've grown to feel certain feelings for you, and I asked Veronica to help me convey these feelings.
So I wrote a song. Song for her to sing tonight.
She and I recently discovered certain truths, and she said the best way to share with you and everyone is through song.
Are you sure you don't even want to hold her hand, Hunter?
You've had your time, Anthony. It's Gina's turn now. So go on, Gina. Sing. Sing, my angel of music. Sing the song I wrote for you. Eddie, sit down. Listen. Go for it, Gina.
Not going to sing the whole song.
That's okay.
But basically, if we were to sing the whole song, I went to give Eddie dinner at the nursing home and discovered him shtupping a patient in a room. So I would like a divorce, please. Thank you.
God, that came out better than I thought.
Eddie, I swear you better get that hand away from me, Anthony. She isn't serious, right?
You didn't see me that night, but I saw you.
Gina, you don't have to repeat everything in the song. I think we all heard it all. It was very well written.
Stay out of this, Veronica. Jesus. Eddie, maybe you should take Gina to another room and,
I decided maybe I had been too distant, kept you at bay, was the ice queen that you all think I am, so I thought I'd surprise you. You told me you would work late, so I thought I'd keep you a little surprised. I got dressed up, I made your favorite soup, and I drove to the nursing home. Real surprise. I wanted you to see I cared about you. I watched you tell them. Man, he better not tell anyone what you did because no one would believe him. Say something, Eddie. Say something. Don't just stand there. Say something. How could you do this to me? How could you ruin my life over and over again? You stupid ape. You big stupid ape. Just say something.
Come on, Gina. This really puts things into perspective. Somehow this makes my husband's lunacy seem almost run-of-the-mill.
It's true. It is. I'm sorry, Gina. I'm sorry, everyone. I have a problem.
That's as true a statement as I've heard tonight, actually, Eddie.
Don't worry, Eddie. We're your friends. We'll get you the help that you so rightly need.
Gina, do you think you'll ever forgive me?
Said it in song, Eddie, and I'll say it again for you, so I'll be as clear as day. I want a divorce. I will not spend another second as your wife. Disgust me.
But I only did it because I was lonely. You had no idea how lonely I was, Gina. I know I'm not a catch, but I tried. I tried to make you happy. But cold doesn't begin to describe how you treated me. I wanted to be loved. I wanted you to love me, but you couldn't.
Eddie, I think you should probably stop. You're going to be in a lot of trouble. I don't think we should be involved any more than we already are.
The man has barely said 2 words tonight, and he finally opens up. And you, Aaron, you tell him to be quiet? He needs a chance to explain himself. Aaron.
You Pedophilian harpy. You couldn't leave well enough alone. You had to go and write a divorce song for a woman in pain and put that pain on display for all her friends. What is wrong with you?
Since everyone is sharing tonight, I might as well speak up. You see, I can't blame Eddie for feeling lonely. It's not easy to be married to someone who has a tendency to be aloof. And Gina, sweetheart, you are a dear, dear friend. But you are made of solid ice when it comes to matters of your husband. And Anthony, you are not much better. You and your sister. You strut around like cocks of the walks, and you look down on all the rest of us.
Well, that isn't fair.
Let him speak, Anthony. Everyone gets a turn.
And you are amazing, both of you. Even on your worst day, you have a personality which can fill the room. It's easy for others to get left behind. And I guess what I want to say is how hard that feeling can be to be left behind. And sometimes, when you're left behind with somebody else, you find you can't help but develop a connection with him. And sometimes that connection, well, it turns into a sadomasochistic relationship, which one of you becomes the leather master and the other is suck pig slave.
What?
So what I'm really getting at, I guess, is if we're really going to do this, bring someone into our lives and truly have a polyamorous relationship, well, I think it should be someone we both know and love. So I'd like our third member of the family to be my slave, Aaron.
Excuse me?
Hunter.
Have you been sleeping with my brother's husband?
Veronica, this isn't the time.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you would cheat on me. On me!
You expect me to believe that he would make a better choice than Carla?
Anthony, perspective. Our husbands are sleeping with one another.
Among other things.
What's wrong, Veronica? You don't have a song for this.
Keep quiet. Your little Lifetime movies run its course, so stay out of this.
Leave her alone.
Don't you dare defend me.
I can't believe you. So this little act earlier tonight with the collar. This wasn't an act.
Nope. Sure wasn't.
How could you not know about this? This is all your fault. If you weren't screwing your pet corpse, maybe you could have kept your husband satisfied long enough to keep him away from mine.
This isn't Carla's fault, so you leave her out of this.
I can't believe this. I just can't believe how you humiliated me, Aaron. Oh, and Hunter, you're supposed to be my family. Don't you dare pick that up. Don't you dare.
It might be work. Hello? Yes, this is he.
I didn't want to hurt you, Ronnie. I love you, and Aaron loves you, and we both love you too, Anthony, but you don't make it easy to love you.
And that's my point exactly, Gina.
Well, it would be hypocritical of me to criticize you for this, Hunter, when the whole point of tonight's announcement was to share our decision not to be monogamous. And I obviously have not been entirely faithful to you, what with Carla here, so...
Well, I'm sorry for... I'm not going to be as forgiving. Gina, I'm sorry. At last, I understand how it must feel to be you. All of this time, I looked at Eddie and I thought I would have never had a husband who would have turned out to be like him.
Your husband has gay fetish sex, and mine rapes geriatrics. I don't see the comparison.
I'm sorry, dear. Well, I'm less upset. I'll spell it out for you.
Aaron, what's wrong?
It was the police.
Is everything all right?
No, it isn't. It seems there was a terrible accident involving Grace, our former nanny.
But why are they calling you?
Apparently, I was still listed as her emergency contact.
What happened?
She was in a car accident, a bad one. There weren't any survivors.
What?
Grace is dead.
That's terrible.
That poor girl.
Yeah. It actually happened real close to here. About a mile down the road, actually. I don't know what she would have been doing around here.
It's so sad.
It's even worse than that, though. The police, they told me Grace had a baby in the car with her. He didn't make it. So why did Grace have a baby in the car, Veronica?
No. Aaron, you don't think that...
That's impossible.
I've had enough of this, Veronica. Where is Jason? Where is he?
Because it was supposed to be a joke. Just a silly little game that Grace was hoping we'd play. I pretended to fire her so you wouldn't suspect her, and then she came by whenever I left the room earlier tonight. She took the baby, and then she's supposed to bring him home.
What are you saying?
It was just supposed to help me get into character. And to make you just suffer just a little bit, just because you've been so distant lately, but this wasn't supposed to.
Muted.
Was that our baby son, Veronica? Was that baby in the car with that woman?
It was just supposed to be a joke.
Oh, Ronnie, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, don't you touch her. Don't anyone touch her. No one comforts her. No one comforts that monster.
No, it was just supposed to be just a little joke. It was just supposed to be just a little joke, but he wasn't supposed to die. He wasn't supposed to.
Night long, you've been playing with other people's lives, having your fun while others paid the price, and now our son is dead.
No, just stop. Listen.
Not this time, Ronnie. You can't sing your way out of this.
But I don't.
It's time for a real conversation. Honest to God. You owe me that.
I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing. But I've got a bill for the last few years of my life that is due. And that's real enough for you.
All right. You've suffered so much being with me.
You can say that again.
Maybe we should give them some space.
Sit down. No one's going anywhere. We've got nothing to hide.
This is all your fault. I wouldn't even have to come here tonight if it hadn't been for your invitation. Why did you even want me here, You clearly just cared about getting Aaron here so you could fuck him in your dungeon.
You leave him out of this, Ronnie. This isn't his fault.
No. It's yours. That's how it works, isn't it? Something goes wrong in life, it becomes someone else's cause. Take Eddie, for example. Eddie, why do you rape old people? Whose fault is it?
I guess it's Gina's.
Like hell it is.
If she were nicer to me, I mean, I don't think I have felt the need to do what it is I do.
So Eddie turned into a rapist because someone else made him do it. See?
That's not right. No one made him rape those people.
Really? Well, what about you? Who made you go after my husband?
I'm not playing these games.
Oh, it was Anthony, wasn't it? That's what you said. He made you feel alone. And wasn't that what Gina... Isn't that what Gina said, too, about Eddie? I mean, I assume that that's the problem with you, too, huh? Isn't it, Aaron? I made you feel alone. Look at you, 3 grown men just whining about how lonely you are. Imagine what it must feel like for someone like me to be so much better than all of you. All of you. I am always alone. Even when I'm with you. I feel empty and dead inside. A swirl of gray. That is loneliness. That is isolation.
You're wrong.
I am never wrong.
I didn't turn to Hunter out of loneliness. You didn't make me feel lonely, Ronnie. You made me sick. I would look at you day in and day out and regret the day I ever met you. I don't love you anymore, Ronnie. I'm not sure I even ever did.
Oh, you loved what you could get out of me. Love them. Leave them. Is that your motto now?
What did you ever do for me?
I made you into the man that you are today. Without me, you'd be flipping burgers. At best, cleaning up patients' bedsides like Eddie. I pushed you into something of yourself.
What is wrong with you two? Your son is dead.
And she killed him. She might as well have killed him herself.
I wish I had. At least now he won't have to grow up to see what a disappointment his father is. It's a small comfort there.
Veronica, please, you're not thinking straight. Maybe you should lie down.
You stupid cow. I don't want to lie down.
Ronnie, I know you're hurting, but please don't be mean.
That's right, Eddie. I'm hurting. I'm feeling something. And God helped me. I love it. Oh, Anthony, what is wrong with me? It hurts so much. And yet I can't help but find a little bit of joy in it too.
She's sick. You heard that, everyone? She's sick. Please, Aaron, everyone experiences grief differently. I'm sure she doesn't understand what she's saying.
It's like I'm being lifted up to the sun. You know? All the glory and the majesty of the moment, coupled with almost life-ending pain. It's all in there. Did you see it? It's all the feelings. It's utterly breathtaking. You people are just so sad. You're so sad with your tiny lives, so meaningless. Like the life of my son. He didn't have anything, nothing. Not in the end. He was never given a chance. What hope did you have to be his father? For that matter, what hope do any of you have? You don't have any. I am the granddaughter of the sun. I'm gonna burn up. I'm just gonna burn everything up, and there will be nothing left.
She's lost it.
Aaron, do you need to go to the hospital, the police station?
Burning everything up.
The hospital, yeah.
Come on, I'll drive you.
She can stay here.
Of course, I'll stay with her.
That wasn't a question.
He exits.
I'll call you later.
Please, we still have a lot to talk about. Hunter exits.
Anthony, what can we do?
I'm not sure if there's much you can do at this point. Maybe you should both head home now?
Gina, maybe now isn't the time, but I think we have a lot to talk about too.
If you think that's best, Anthony, but call me if you need me. I'm taking the car alone, Eddie. You better not be there when I get home.
Where am I supposed to go?
Good night, Anthony. Please tell Veronica.
Good night, Gina. She exits.
Where do I go from here?
To my office. Call yourself a cab, then from there, I don't know. It might not seem it, but I think what happened to you tonight was the best thing that could happen to you.
Please, Anthony. I'm not as stupid as you think I am.
I just mean that.
It's okay. I get it. It's not Gina's fault. Not really. It's hers. She really does destroy everything. She destroyed me.
That's not fair, Eddie.
Does it have to be?
He exits. Not now, Carla. Ronnie, are you okay?
Of course I am. I'm glowing. Can't you see it?
I'm going to fetch you a sedative, and you need to rest.
Fetch one for yourself. I don't need anything. I'm alive. I've never been more alive.
Ronnie.
Get out, Anthony. Get out before I take you down.
I'll be in the other room if you need me.
I don't need anyone. I hang above all of you.
Was that in a cross or in the sky?
Let's go. Run, little fame. Run. Time keeps ticking away. But you and I are still muddling through. Time ain't easy. No, it's not.
Hey everybody, welcome back to SideKick Power Hour. We do this
or 2 hours
every Monday.
Hour and night.
SideKick week.
Wow, that was epic. If you tuned in and you didn't know what the hell was going on, we were reading the original Skeleton Crew play. We definitely
What started it all.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to everybody. It looks like Stuart's already gone. So do we have any people who answered the question this week?
Oh, we did have a couple people. Yes.
Okay, let's take a look. What is your favorite musical? Well, okay. Okay. All right.
Name.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Ashley?
I have one. Yeah, I was thinking of one. What was I thinking? Oh, The Producers. I was very obsessed with The Producers, the musical soundtrack when it came out, and I love the movie.
And what about you?
Somebody already stole Hairspray, but I enjoyed Beetlejuice when it came on Broadway. I thought it didn't get the hype it deserved.
Yeah. Josh?
Oh, all of them. No, I mean Hairspray, The Producers, Little Shop, Mame. I mean everything. I really just love. But probably The Full Monty is my favorite of all the movies that became musicals.
That's awesome. Well, don't forget, folks, this coming Saturday, we are releasing season 5, episode 1 to the public only if you were at Rock Bar, New York City. And then the following night, the Sunday night, right after that, we will be releasing it to folks who are members of our Patreon over at the patreon.com/SideKick Productions. You can get it early. Thank you to Stuart Kiczek for playing Hunter this evening. Let's give him a round of applause.
Les Mis is also a great one, Bart.
Ellen for playing Gina. Anthony Smith for playing Eddie. The always lovely Ashley Monique Menard. I've been your host, Nakia, as Aaron, and of course the star of the show, Joshua R. Pangborn, and Dr. Anthony Stewart. Lots of fun. Thanks to everybody for being here. Really appreciate it. We will be back next week. Josh, tell us what we're looking for.
Well, next week we launch right into the art of blowing it. So,
oh my God.
Yay! I can't wait to start the Art of Blowing It rewatch. She's going to be with us every week.
Every week, baby.
We know everybody is at home is super excited about that too. We can't wait to see you. Let us know in the comments below what you loved about the show, what you liked. If you have a play you'd like to see us read, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Until next week. All things from the SideKick Productions universe. And I thought I was going to forget all my lines. because it's a a body positive show.
I read for the role of Hunter, and